Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Wanted to thank everybody for being on this call today. I want to apologize in advance here. I've actually been out of the office for right at 7 days now, since last week with the flu, so been a little bit under the weather, but I wanted to make sure that we go ahead and be able to hold this webinar to give everybody an idea of all the new stuff that's going on with ConnectSMART. We're really, really excited about the new version of ConnectSMART and everything that we've got going with it, and just kind of give you an introduction. So for those of you who are used to ConnectSMART, we'll kind of let you see what's different about it in comparison to the older version, because this is a totally new platform. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into this, and let me just go ahead and tell this to share my screen. And all right, so everybody should be able to view my screen here in just a second. So the first thing that I wanted to do is go ahead and give everyone an idea of really the components of the new ConnectSMART. So some of you have already downloaded the new version, actually, I'm sorry, before I go into the components, let me go ahead and hit the pricing change. So everyone has seen, or most everyone has seen, that we have changed really the pricing model for ConnectSMART to where no longer is it going to be a purchased, a purchased product that you're then paying your annual maintenance on, but is a monthly subscription, so that you'll be able to add and remove components, use just, pay for what you need. It's all the business that we're in as far as helping our clients in the, being able to have the best experience for what they actually need, pay for the services that they need. So we're doing the same thing with ConnectSMART. So there are several different models or several different things that are available, and let me just go over to our website really quick, just to give everybody a quick idea. We have a Essentials package, a Silver package, a Gold package, and then the Developers package. These are the items that are available right now. So the first thing is, hey, ConnectSMART is now free. So what does that exactly mean? So the ConnectSMART free package is the Essentials package for one user, and something that you go ahead and sign up for on a monthly basis. And the first 30 days, you get the Gold package, which is basically all of the existing packages. There's 8 different packages. You'll go ahead and get all those for free. So right here, we just have the 5-user pricing. So you can see that for a new user who's coming on board, they can get a 5-user for $125 a month. There's no contract. It's not, again, as ConnectSMART already, is not dependent on your ConnectWise license count. And you can add users in increments of 5 or remove users as needed. And let me go ahead and just jump into one of these really quick here. To be able to purchase any package or get the free package, you do have to be signed in to the ConnectSMART website. And these are the different packages that are available. So the Essentials package is going to have these 12, I think it is, gadgets, which is going to be the average resolution time, resolved by tech, etc. I'm not going to go ahead and read these all to you, but this is what will be included for a single user for free. Now, the other packages, as we kind of go through here, and I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, but you'll see we've broken out some of the different gadgets into different packages that you can purchase if you want it a la carte, or in the Gold package, it just includes all of those packages. Which is, let me log back in there. The developer module is what you currently know as ConnectSMART. So the ability for you to tie into a custom database to do custom work in PowerShell, There are a few people who really love playing with SQL scripts and PowerShell scripts. That customization functionality is what is in the developer edition. So I think you'll be really excited to see where we've taken the need for that out for probably 99% of our client base. So I think you're going to be really happy with that. Also, those of you who are at the IT Nation were able to see a little bit new the new mobile edition, which is I believe is actually going to be available coming out this next week. But hopefully it'll be here 1 or 2 weeks, and that's going to be a flat for up to 25 users is going to be flat $100 a month. So we'll have this up on the webpage. Those of you who took advantage of our show special are going to be getting that included for a year for you for free. Now, this is true, is device-based, so as ConnectSMART already was a device-based implementation, that will flow into the mobile as well. So if you have 10 users, those 10 users are really those 10 devices. Those can be PCs, smartphone, iPad, iPhone, etc. All right, so that's a little bit of the kind of the breakdown of what you're going to be seeing there. Go ahead and just minimize this out. And I think I went ahead and covered all those, albeit quickly, and we'll have some more information posted on the website, and feel free to contact us with any of those questions on pricing. Now, one last thing that I did want to mention, which is critical, is all of you, our customers. It's been a wonderful thing seeing really the loyalty and the feedback that we've gotten from all of you. And we have a varying people who've been with us, for 3 or 4 years, since we very first started, as well as those who started just recently. And what we're doing for all of you is a kind of a special grandfather clause, which is going to shift you over, if you want to, into the new model. So we will be discontinuing support for the the PowerShell scripts as a part of the included product next year. But what we're going to be doing is any maintenance that is due up until through December 31st. You have until December 31st to say, yes, I want to go ahead and switch over to this. You'll get a free trial as well, and handle any individual issues as may be needed. We're going to credit you a full year of the ConnectSMART new product, V3. And that will be just included, so your maintenance will cover a full year of the new product. If you are in that initial, if you just bought, I know we have a couple people on the call who may have purchased within, even a couple months ago, there's not going to be a charge to move you over as well, because you don't have any maintenance that's coming due. So if you have maintenance that's coming due before December 31st, that will be paid, and you'll have that opportunity to convert over there and give you access to all the new stuff as well as with mobile. All right, so any questions that you might have on any of that, please let us know. And I want to go ahead and jump in now right into the new product and why it is that we're extremely excited about this. So there are a couple components that go into the new version of ConnectSMART. The ConnectSMART V3 is a true server-based product. So whereas the old version of ConnectSMART that you're used to today, where you have a PowerShell script which is communicating directly to the SQL server, you will now be installing a ConnectSMART server piece, which is a service that can run on any machine. It can be installed on the ConnectWise server. However, since ConnectWise is not usually fond of having things on, installed on their server, we recommend putting it on a separate machine. Now that machine can be anything. In our case, our ConnectSMART server is a Windows 7 VM that has 1.5 GB of RAM that is running so it does not really require any resources. Now, the advantages of this server are quite a few. The first is that since the server is talking to the ConnectWise server directly, it gives us the ability to kind of throttle the access to the server. So this will enable a caching engine. So for some of our clients who are larger or who have an underpowered ConnectWise server, there will never, they will no longer be, if you have 100 workstations rolled out there running 100 gadgets, 1,000 different queries coming back to your ConnectWise server, it'll all be channeled through the ConnectSMART server itself. Excuse me. Okay. So the ConnectSMART server will go ahead and cache those queries, and that is also what is distributing your licensing. So your license will be updated automatically based on the number of cows that you have purchased, or our average ConnectSMART user has 10 licenses. So those 10 licenses will be served now from the server itself, and those will enable the new version of ConnectSMART to be able to connect and communicate back with with your ConnectWise server. Now, in addition, that's also where the mobile server will go, which will enable you to, again, have that access outside of the network if you don't want to do a VPN, as well as being able to have those native on your iPhone, iPad, Android device, etc. We will be doing another webinar in probably 2 weeks on the new mobile version. We'll concentrate on just mobile. All right, so I think that kind of gives you an idea of the architecture, what we're looking at. And let me go ahead and jump in now directly into the new version of ConnectSMART. We'll go ahead and open this up directly. Once you have installed your server piece and the workstation installer is run, you will have a Power Gadgets creator. And I will mention that we do have 2 workstation installations. One is for the creator itself. The other is just the client piece. So if you have, rolling it out on your individual workstations, your engineers, people who are not going to be creating gadgets, they only need to have the ConnectSMART client itself. So they will not need the creator portion. And that is in the documentation that we have posted up on the website. All right. So if we look at the Add Gadget section, you can see here that we have a whole lot of our different, the Outlook look and feel of the various gadgets that are available. Most of these which would be familiar to you in what you've seen already within ConnectSMART and the different scripts and the gadgets that we deliver to you. So what ConnectSMART is doing, the V3 version, is it's taking all of the logic that used to be in a PowerShell script, and it's now embedded directly into the special version of Creator for Power Gadget. So to create a new gadget, in this case our average hours to resolution, all I have to do is simply double-click on the gadget, and it adds it over here into the slide. I now have a gadget that is taking my defaults for my hours to resolution, and I can now make some changes or save it just as is. Now, on the server piece, when you run the server installation, you're prompted with a couple of variables that you can go ahead and define ahead of time, which are global items or environment variables. And let's see, Evan, are you able to do a mute here? Somebody's got some feedback on there. Fine. Okay. Yeah, somebody put us on hold there. So if you can, please not put us on hold. I think we're going to have a problem there. So that's the module file that some of you have played with as far as setting those global variables. That is an option that you still have where you can go ahead and define ahead of time global variables that you want to access, or you can change those on the fly. So I want to show you, this is where we're really excited about some of the changes that we're able to do inside of ConnectSMART V3. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Data and Edit Parameter. So this is the different parameters that are available for this particular gadget. So in our average hours to resolution, we can change what service boards we're looking at. Maybe we want to only look at particular ticket types, particular location, service types, subtypes, and then we can also specify as this days, weeks, months, years, etc. So one of the things to keep in mind, in our first version that you're seeing, and that's available for download right now, of V3, we have all these various parameters that are defined. Some gadgets have more than others. We have about 6 pages of additional parameters that are being added into ConnectSMART that should be available in about a month or so in our first maintenance release, which you'll be able to take advantage of as soon as that becomes available on the website. Excuse me. All right, so in this case, I'm just going to show a couple of those changes. Let's go ahead and play with just the date unit first. So as you can see here, my default is this is looking at the number of days that are here, and we have several options when we're playing with a variable. The first is, do we want to make it an optional variable or not? So it can prompt the user every time before it loads the gadget as far as what parameters we want it to be looking at. It can the first time and then save it. It can be optional, so it just loads with whatever has has its default value, and then the end user can change it. You can set it to read only, or you can put it never. So if it's set to read only, then the user is able to see what parameter it's selected. If it's set to never, then they don't even have that option. So, and let me also show you. I'm going to go over here to service boards. In this case, I'm pulling a config key. So anytime that you see config key, this is looking at the server module file. And I'm not going to go into but let me go ahead and let's look at just a single item. I'm going to go ahead and service board. So in this initial version, you are having to type it in. We hope to have, hopefully in the maintenance release, actually go ahead and pull these things for you live. But right now you do need to know the actual name of your service board, and you can surround that by single quotes. So I'm going to go ahead and say that my board is ConnectCare, and I've already said this is going to be 1 day. I'm going to go ahead and just change this to 1 week as my default value. Okay. Now, you'll notice that that changed, and one of the new items that you'll see here is now you can also run this gadget without having to save it out and see what it's going to look like later on. I'm going to go and just hit the run button, and now I have a running gadget. Note that you can't put this into floating or it will go ahead and disappear because it goes back into the creator. But we can now, you'll notice here our edit parameters, and you'll see that we're looking at the board of ConnectCare, and we have 1 week that we're looking at. So let me make a couple changes here. And I'm going to go back, just close that gadget down. I'm going to go back over to Data and Edit Parameters. And I'm going to say this is going to be read only. And these, I don't really want the end user to be able to change, so I'm just going to turn those to never. And I'll go ahead and leave that one just for fun. All right. So now if I hit this, right-click, you can see they have the read-only, so they can see what service board it's looking at, but they can't change it. And they do have the ability to manually overwrite the units and the date unit. Now, you also notice that we can simply, the drill down is built in. So if we double-click on that element, that is going to go ahead and do our drill down into the default drill down here into that particular ticket type, and you see that I have a ticket sitting out there on a ConnectWise issue. All right. So that is how we've made our first gadget. And one of the beautiful things here is everything is all done in the user interface. So if I wanted to go ahead and change, for instance, the title here, and this is going to be my ConnectCare resolution time. I'm going to just say this is my ConnectCare. Actually, that doesn't This is my ConnectCare resolution time. I'm going to go ahead and save that and put this on here.
Yeah. The last time I was down there, he said, I'm really
save that.
busy.
And then I'm going to go ahead and make another change here and say we want to have this to be a different service board. Let's just make this, I don't know that we've had anything on here, but let's just do this for fun. Okay, so we don't have anything in here, but this is just a sample here. Go ahead and save this one out. All right, so we now have two brand new gadgets. If I minimize this guy, we can see one is for my ConnectCare resolution time, and the other is for my knock resolution time. And we have, just put together two gadgets very, very quickly without having to make any edits into in any kind of a script. As a matter of fact, there are no scripts involved. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and actually let me run this one more time. And just to show you here, we do also have that, again, the edit parameters. I can make those changes here, you know, as I would like, you know, however I want to, for it to take effect. And it's going to take it a minute since I'm doing this remotely. And it's thinking about it. So while it's doing that, so that's pretty cool. That gives us the ability to have a piece of data updated on a gadget, create a gadget very quickly. And let's talk about a series. So you'll notice here that we have an option for current slide. Now, in the current version of Power Gadgets that you may be used to, you have the ability to manually group items together. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to create let's just do a new gadget here. And I want to have my resolution time. I'm not going to mess with the parameters right now. And I'm going to go ahead and go to let's go ahead and add another slide. And on this slide, I want to have my res plan time. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to add one more slide. And let's put our response time there. Okay, so now I have 3 different slides for response, res plan, and resolution. And I'm going to go ahead and save this out. And this is going to be a SLA slide. Go ahead and minimize this guy. Double click on it. And now we have a group of 3 different slides that are put together. So we can see our, all those different items here. Take a second here to refresh. So res plan, resolution, it's going to refresh. You have the ability to do the play, so it cycles between all those items. And you also have the ability to edit parameters. Now, one thing to keep in mind in this initial version of V3, where we have different kinds of parameters, so service board, for instance, if I make a change to the service board, this is going to change it for all the gadgets that are in a series or all the gadgets that are on a slide. And I'll show you that a little bit later. We do have, usually that's a great thing, so if I have somebody who is, actually our service manager has 2 different locations that she's looking at on a regular basis for dispatch. So she wants to be able to see everybody in the CBI location, and then she wants to look at all the same metrics for everyone in the BAE location. So all she has to do is simply right-click and select the different location. I'm going to go some more into those parameters a little bit later. But I'm going to go ahead and close this for now. We are going to be changing in the future where you can set up multiple levels of those environment variables or those different parameters, so that you can make the determination to only change one on a particular gadget, not for everything in a series. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and create another one, and let's put this together as an actual dashboard. So again, I'm going to select my average hours of resolution. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and make this, I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to say that my background is going to be transparent because I want to actually make this into a decent looking dashboard. I'm going to add my, my response time, and let me also set that to be transparent. And I'm going to actually my response time. All right, so you notice as I've double-clicked on them, it simply added them together. So there's some really cool things that you can do here in creating these as a single gadget. All right, so you can see I have all three of these gadgets here. I'm going to click on this middle gadget, this middle section here for the res plan, and then hold it. And then you'll notice as I move it, I have the ability to go ahead and drag this item around. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this one as well. And now I have all three of these guys. And I'm going to go ahead and save these three out. Let's call this dashboard 1. And if I go ahead and click on that, go ahead and put that floating. Excuse me. You'll notice that I have one gadget that has three items together. So this has now become a single dashboard element. So you no longer have to, if you're moving things around or opening and closing things, some people have had an issue with having to line them back up. So go ahead and line them up for you automatically. Go ahead and unfloat that. Let's put that down just a little bit. All right. And so you'll notice that I can also, some of these sizes. So if I wanted that to be a little bit smaller, you notice that is also going to take effect and apply to all of those different items. And if I change my parameters, again, that's going to change my parameters for all of the gadgets in this series. All right. Sounded like somebody had a question there. No? Okay. All right. So we have now created a gadget and put a couple of these guys together. I want to show you, I'll go ahead and close this down. I want to go into a little bit more detail on a couple of the things that you can do here. Let's just take response time. So let's look at the parameters. I'm going to go ahead and go to Data, Edit Parameter. And I want to go ahead and go over here to Location. And just to give you a quick idea of how this works, I'm going to close these down because I don't really care about those. Just to give you an idea of some of the customization capability that you have here. Turn these off. So I'm going to go into my location, and I'm going to add some predefined values that are available. And I'm going to call this CBI. The actual location in our case is called Hollywood. So I'm going to put in Hollywood. I'm going to add another item in here, and I'm going to call that BAE. Put that there. And that is BAE Technology. And that's probably good. I'll just leave those right there. I'm not going to worry about it. Go ahead and hit Finish. So if I hit Run here, go to Edit Parameters, you'll notice that now I have a drop-down list that I just created to handle those different locations of CBI or BAE. I don't think I actually have anything here, but you get the idea. So the parameters become very, very powerful, where you can add any parameter, make it read-only, now distribute these out to your people to where you can really control what access they have, but it also makes it very, very easy for you to make those different elements for individual teams, break it out by team, people who have certain things by service board, by location, etc. Now, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the individual gadgets. You'll see that most of the gadgets that are in the V2.3 version, so those of you who are on the V2.3 beta, most of those are here. Not all of them are in there. there are a few exceptions of things that are not in this initial release that we will have in there before the end of the year, so that we will have full parity and then some with the existing V2.3 version. So let me show you just a couple of these and give you an example. This is one that's been a big issue for people, is customer satisfaction. And we use, in our case, a 0 to 50 scale. And since your typical letter grade is going to be up to 100, one of the elements that we've put in here is the parameters for, I'm just going to put the variance of what is your variance between your maximum score and what would be 100. So in my case, that's going to be 50, so I'm going to go ahead and just put in 50, and hopefully I won't be embarrassed. Okay, so we have an A in our customer satisfaction. I prefer an A+, but at least it's not an A-. So there are a few of those parameters that are involved there. One thing that we would like to get your feedback on as you're playing with this and as you're using this is we have a pretty comprehensive list of parameters that we're adding. As I mentioned, it's about 6 pages worth of parameters that are being added to these different gadgets. But as you come across something that that you feel is missing, please let us know. Our goal really for this product is making this a product where it is very intuitive, where it doesn't require support, doesn't require any kind of development resources. It's really putting it into your hands, into the owner's hands, into the professional's hands to be able to make any of those changes. So if something doesn't make sense, if it's missing a variable that you would like to have added, please let us know so we can make sure to get that into this product. All right, so I'm just going to go through these really quickly for those of you who don't have it installed and point out a couple of different items. You'll notice that you do have most of those, the favorites here in the SLAs, the different finance information, the personal productivity. Those are going to be all the My Gadgets, so all the things that are related to your username. And we have the ability, again, for you to specify an override for the, what the username is. So you can see I have 3 activities that are due today, and we can do a machine override similar to what you may be doing now. Contact our support. We don't have that fully documented yet on the website, so that everybody can see how to make that work with the new version of Power Gadgets and ConnectSMART. So let me show you here. I'm going to just put a couple of them in here. Got 5 tickets due today. And you can see this is where this starts to be really cool when you're building a dashboard to where you can have multiple items put in together here. Take my tickets by status. This is one that I wanted to point out to you. And I'm just being able to drag and drop these guys around to really build the gadget that I want. So in this case, I want to look at, instead of the My Done Yet, I want to go here and edit the parameters. And I'm going to change the status, instead of looking at Done Yet, to, let's see if I have anything that's in progress. Okay, so I've got 16 tickets that are marked as in progress. And I won't belabor this point, but you get the idea. Since you now have the parameters, anytime you want a list of all the tickets that are a particular status, in a particular location, any of those counts of tickets that previously you would have to do some fairly simple, but there are several different steps if you wanted to make a whole bunch of gadgets for different service boards or for different counts to particular statuses. It's very, very easy for you to do that now on the fly. Okay, so all the different My Gadgets. We have the various sales gadgets. You'll notice that some of you may not have used the sales funnel, but we do have that sales funnel in here as well. All of the favorite service gadgets are in here, and I want to point out something here for everyone on this. And this is our, our DUNTAT, the oldest ticket not updated. So who's responsible for it? I just wanted to show here. that you can also make all these edits if you weren't familiar with this previously, where you can make those changes again right here inside of the gadget itself. If you didn't want a dunce hat and you wanted to have a different a different image, we've had people who wanted to have a frequent flyer or a snoozing person or something that was maybe not quite as in your face as a dunce hat. You can go ahead and import any of your image files, a bitmap, JPEG, etc., to be able to leverage that as a image for your gadget. All right. So I went through this, looks like I was about 7 minutes longer than what I was hoping to be able to give you just a really quick dive into what's going on with the new version of ConnectSMART. Seeing now how these different parameters work. And what we want to do is go ahead and open this for any questions that you might have so we can get those answered for you. And I'm going to switch over here, and I'm going to pause the screen sharing. Okay, so we've got a couple different questions here. And so I'm going to go ahead and just run down the ones that I've got here. Great question is the Developers Edition. So those of you who already have ConnectSMART, is there a provision to get the Developers Edition? Yes. The Developers Edition is going to be included for all of our current partners. So you get a full conversion over to the new version of ConnectSMART. So you get all of the old as well as all of the new. So what we expect is that most people will no longer need the old version, as most of those changes were fairly simple. But there are some that are going to be more complicated. Some of you are using the ConnectSMART for for tying into Cisco or your ShoreTel system, or just more complex queries that are needed to be done. And you will be getting the Developer Edition will be included in your in that maintenance as we had discussed at the beginning. Okay, so the next question is the installations. Are they simple? It is amazing. One of the huge things that we've done a lot of effort on is there was a lot of issues with rolling out the earlier version of ConnectSMART for workstation installations due to, quite frankly, really due to PowerShell issues and some other things. So what you'll find is that it is extremely simple. The new installer for the server is, if the server installation literally takes about 3 minutes, the workstation installation is just as simple. So it really, all it asks you for is where your configuration file is and your serial. So it's very, very simple. Okay. So again, yes, the free year does include the Developer Edition. I'm just going to run through these really quick. All right. Just a sec. For the hosted clients, no, we do not currently have a hosted version yet. We do have, basically with some of the changes in SQL 2008, our biggest question on the hosted version has been really that we can't get access to the data that's needed for ConnectSMART to really give the power. So we've really been going back and forth on should we give a stripped down, simpler version of ConnectSMART for our, for hosted partners. But what you'll find is that, well, it's going to be up to ConnectWise if they want to enable us to put the encrypted views on the hosted version or not, and that's something that we'll be discussing. What constitutes a count is a device. So if you have a single device that is running Power Gadgets, running the presenter, you have 10, by default, you're going to have 10 presenter licenses. So those presenter licenses can be any computer installation or a mobile device. So in our case, I have one ultra small form factor, basically netbook, all-in-one device that's running 4 different LCD screens that uses one license. And you'll notice the jump from for the user counts is very low. So the cost to go from, let's say the 5 user is what, 125, and then it's 175, I think, for the 15 user. So the cost is very low to be moving those over. Current clients are going to be pulled over into the gold package, which is all of the existing packages. Also, all of the packages that are released that we're going to be adding into the ConnectWise package is going to be available for everyone. And you're going to see a lot of new changes, a lot queued up, and you're going to be seeing the development is going to be going really quickly. You don't have to change all of your existing gadgets. The old installation will run side by side with the new installation. So there are a couple caveats with the new and the old version. The easiest way to do it is just to change the association. But I won't go into that detail right now. But suffice it to say, you can simply they will run side by side. You do have a server configuration file similar to the config file that we're using currently for the module configuration that a lot of people have been really, really happy with that Darnell has done. And there's a similar file that is available for this version. So you can have a global default, and then you can do a workstation override as well if you want to do that. We will have this, we do have this recorded, so everyone will be able to get access to it. Let's see here. One of the questions came on how can you edit the old gadgets. So we are not invalidating the old serial numbers and the old licensing, so you can still edit the old stuff will work just as it has. You'll be able to use the new stuff instead of for backwards compatibility. Currently, you cannot create custom parameters. Those are actually put into coded into the product itself. So as I mentioned, any parameters that you can think of, please let us know because this will be something that we want to make sure that every single thing that you could dream of is actually put in here. There are some of the gadgets, Nick had a question as far as changing colors depending on thresholds, like the SLA counters, those are there. If you think of anything that we don't have, please let us know. Things like what color is 0, is 0 a good number or a bad number? Do we want it red or green? So again, give us that feedback so we can make sure to put that in there. So Dwayne had a question on creating a custom gadget of number of completed that's looking at all the service boards. You do not need the developer to do that. That will automatically, that'll actually be a very, very simple gadget for you to get a list of, a count of all actually the example that I showed of the count of tickets on a service board. You can have that looking at all service boards so you don't limit it by service board and put in the count of that particular status called completed, so it'll be very, very easy. As far as timing, someone was wondering when can they start? It is available now. So you can go ahead and go onto the website, onto ConnectSMART. We have had a couple issues on a couple of the integration pieces with the website, so if you have a problem, please bear with us, shoot us a note or give us a call. You can go ahead and do the free version, which you can purchase for $0 for all of our existing clients. Let us know, and then we will back end upgrade that into the gold, so that you'll have access to the all of those gadgets and for the appropriate number of users that you have. Okay, let's see. As far as the less flexibility in the new version for experienced developers, absolutely. That is where the developer product will come in, and that is simply a license that gets added in to enable you to have the full version. This is actually Power Gadgets 2.0, which none of you have seen yet before. There's a lot of new stuff in 2.0, which is only available through buying a subscription directly from Software Effects or through getting ConnectSMART. So that license, though, for the standalone, Power Gadgets for you to do custom SQL programming or web services or all those different things are definitely available. All right, let's see here. Existing partners, we have a transfer you over to the new version. John had a question on the upgrade from the older version. Yes, you do need to do a request for it. You can go ahead and play with this and see how everything is going. And we'll make sure that we update your licenses when you purchase the free version. That way it's not putting in an update for you. Right now with the free version, you do have to renew that on the website on a monthly basis. But we should have that fixed before the before the end of the month for all of our existing partners where we do that conversion. Okay. On the good question on custom development that's being done with the developer's version, as far as not having support, as I made the comment that we're not going to be supporting the existing stuff after next year. We will still be providing the same kind of support with the developer edition. So you will be able to get support on the developer edition. It's just that we are not going to be providing scripting support free of charge for somebody who wants to write custom work. So, which would not be covered as, if you're already doing something with the developer edition tied into a VoIP system. We help you out as we can, but we're not, we will provide you for those who would like developer, want to do the developer edition and continue doing development stuff. You will still be able to get those scripts as we will still be providing some of those scripts, but those will be not in a supported format. So those are, they will truly be developer edition. We're not going to be simplifying those as we are in the new version. Yes, old and new can be run in parallel. And let's see here. There was a comment here from John Saul from Portland on that there was some disagreement with the logic. No, you're just wrong. No, some of the logic used to calculate some of the released gadget values and changes were made. Please let us know if there's some different different viewpoints on how something should be calculated. Please let us know. Our ideal would be that we would simply have those available as different options in this released product. But obviously, as we're working in parallel with our existing customers, moving them over, we want to make sure be kind of what you've done now as far as making those changes. One thing I will make, the developer edition will work exactly the same way, simply using the upgraded version of Power Gadgets as the existing Power Gadgets. So it will not be able to talk through the server in the same way that the new version, ConnectSMART V3, will be doing. So it will not be caching. If you're writing custom gadgets in the developer edition, those will be talking directly to the database as you are now. All right. Let's see here. And I think project gadgets. There are no project gadgets currently in the V3. We hope to have those as far as the existing, all the V2.3 gadgets in before the end of the year and fully parameterized. And as always, we definitely want your feedback as to any gadgets that need to be added in that we're missing. We do have a lot of project requests that we will be putting into the next version. All right. Any other questions? Anything that I've missed? Trying to keep us on time here. All right. So I think if there are no other questions, there was a question. You don't see any purchase information in your account. If you go to ConnectSMART.com and then go ahead and do your login, then go to Plans and Pricing, and you can click on the ConnectSMART for ConnectWise, and then go ahead and hit the Sign Up Now. What you want to do is sign up for the 30 days Gold Essential Pack, so the free version, and that will give you the ability to go ahead and sign up. If you have a problem with that, there are a couple people that there were some problems in some of the older registration, first go to the members area on the website and go to My Membership, and go ahead and click on your My Account information and make sure that everything is filled out so that you have your full contact information. If you still have a problem, please let us know, and we can try to get that resolved. There was some empty information in the synchronization for some reason, so hopefully we've gotten all those resolved, but if we've missed it, please let us know. We will get that taken care of for you as soon as possible. Another question that came in on Kaseya gadgets. Yes, we will be having stock Kaseya gadgets. Those are going to be coming in. That's one of the reasons that we've added in this new program, to where we're going to be adding in a lot of new stuff over the next year. We will plan to have Kaseya gadgets that are going to be coming in to ConnectSMART in the first quarter of next year, as well as lab tech. So we will be supporting lab tech, Kaseya, essentially LPI. Also, Enable is on our list. So we have a lot of plans that are coming in as far as new gadgets that are going to be added. The different product lines that are being added in are not included in your existing subscription. So we would see those being as very similar to, you'll be able to add those in as an a la carte package, which would be similar to the silver subscription that you see up on the website. So on average, $40 for a package will give you those, the Kaseya gadgets or the LPI gadgets, the Enable gadgets, etc. So a lot of plans coming out, a lot of new stuff coming this year. All right. Any other questions? Excellent. Well, thank you guys very much, and gals. It's it's a pleasure to have you as customers. Any questions, issues that you have, and I know there's still one here from Richard. Richard will have a chat. I don't think you'll have an issue. We'll take that offline to take care of your issue there. And please let us know any way that we can help. And thank you for being a part of our ConnectSMART family. Have a great day.